Oh hey, it's Anomaly with Game of the Week, and this is just another compilation video of all of the Heavensward dungeons, all of the side videos just squished into one. I've cut out all of the intros, I've cut out all of the outros, so we're just gonna have the starting video, and then every dungeon will go sequentially all the way to the end. Each video is cut up into about 5 videos, 4 or 5, depending on whereabouts in the tier the dungeon is. But yeah, grab yourself a nice hot beverage in these cold winter months, and put it on for some background noise. Anyways, thanks for watching. Here's the video. And while I'm not fond of Heavensward, I'll just say it. At least they should be, in theory, better than ARR dungeons, right? Right? Yeah, I don't think so either. Let's get into the score system. Okay, so score system is basically the same as it was in Heavensward. The only difference is we've moved on from out of 10. We're now scoring out of 100. No more silly decimal points. Every category is out of 10 now. So every boss will have 2 sections, design and mechanics, and each one will be scored out of 10. We also have music, trash, layout and aesthetics, and the overall fun of the dungeon. Most of them are probably going to get a 5 unless they're offensive or just a lot of fun in general. And yeah, I've also added a bonus. Dungeons can get up to a bonus of 5 points, depending on how great they are. And that's basically it. Let's get into the dungeons. Okay, first dungeon of Heavensward, and there's a new expansion. They're gonna 100%, slam us with the most exciting and awesome no, this is Stone Vigil 3.0. Visually, it's not that impressive. The music is very calm and kind of like wondrous, but not exciting. Also, the trash. They do trash sins right out the bat. 3 monsters? Why? Like, sure, we get a big monster here, but no. Just keep going. This is the cool part, though. As you saw, there was a griffin there, and it flies off, and you see that griffin kind of throughout the dungeon, so it gets kind of a bonus point for that. It's got a cool, like, hey, we're going after the boss. We see the boss throughout the dungeon. It's got another sin here where you have to click shit in order to open other shit, and I'm glad they kind of get rid of that in future stuff. This is the first boss. It's Towering Oliphant. This boss is just basically screw one player, and that's it. And I'm kind of glad I got picked for the attack, because you can see what happens. You get down for the count, and then you just basically have no control of your character for a good, 15 seconds. This is not good gameplay. It's bad boss play, bad. Also, he doesn't look cool. He's just a big mammoth boy that I'm pretty sure is just walking around in the world. So now we're kind of inside the building. There's a nice trash pull here. There's a couple of nice trash pulls in here. They just kind of spawn and run in on you, and you AoE them. And there's a bunch of weak enemies rather than 1 or 2 strong enemies, and I think that's good. I like being able to AoE a lot of stuff at the same time. It's another friggin' key to open the door, and then another door where you kill more monsters, and then another key to open that door, and it's just like, blah. This is the second boss. He's Sir Euhelemeric, or whatever. This boss used to be really, really tough back in the day. Like, not like super tough, but like he had mechanics that you had to pay attention to. These ads are like, would like buff him if they died near him, or something like that, but now you just burn him and it's over, and you just go to the next room. So, like, he looks interesting, but like no mechanics, real bad. We go outside again. It's got that wind effect from that other dungeon. This trash pack right here, this is a bit of a noob trap for tanks. There's a fly trap in the back, and then there's casters in the front. What you do is you just run over and pull the casters, then run back to the fly trap and LOS the crystals, and they'll come around and make a nice big tight pack for you to AoE down. So yeah, we're just outside killing crystals, and then we go in further, and there's a big wolf that's kind of cool. You know, you see the griffin again, just flew off. But yeah, eventually you come to this big indoor hallway. I don't know if it's indoor. No, it's outdoor. Wait, what? Is it indoor? It's indoor, but it has an outdoor entry? Yeah, okay. But yeah, it's a griffin. It's a griffin. This boss is okay. Like, he looks pretty cool, and they've been like teasing him throughout the dungeon. And he's got one mechanic that is just like, it's kind of a noob trap. It's teaching you something. It's teaching you LOS, right? Because like if you're behind these rocks, you don't get sucked into the middle. And if you get sucked into the middle, you kind of get blown up in the air and take a whole bunch of damage. But yeah, if you're a melee DPS, you want to follow the tank here. And also while he's doing this, he doesn't do other stuff, so you're kind of free to LB. He's got like two other mechanics. One is like a line, and another one where he just turns to a player. And when they turn to that player, you don't get any like notification, but they're gonna slam that player for an AoE. That's basically it. Like, he does it right here, free fall. And I'm not sure if I can dodge. No, I can't dodge that. He targeted me directly. Yeah. So yeah, that's it. That's the dungeon. It's very, very basic, very bland first dungeon for an expansion. Probably the worst first dungeon for an expansion. Anyways, yeah. Design 3, mechanics 1. Design 3, mechanics 1. Final boss is very average, very whatever. Music, like I said, it's kind of somber and slow, kind of boring. The trash is okay. There's some sins, but there's some parts that are really good, so it kind of averages out. I gave it a bonus point because you see the griffin a whole bunch. It's got some good visual storytelling. But layout and aesthetics, it's just Stone Vigil 3, and overall fun. When you get this dungeon, you're like, ugh, Dusk Vigil. Alright, let's get this over with. 39 out of 100. Okay, bye. Okay, second leveling dungeon in Heavensward. It's Samal. And this place is at least a little bit more visually captivating than the first dungeon. You got these corrupted crystals, you got this corrupted plant life, there's poison spewing around, glowing mushrooms, glowing plants. Like, it's visually more appealing, but it's still kind of just rocks and dirt. Like, it reminds me of like Totorak, kind of, in a way. But yeah, there's these two big trash pulls at the front here. They have these drake spur plants that are spewing those little plants, the pollen clusters. If you hit those pollen clusters while you're near them, they explode and give you poison. For some reason, the healer in this dungeon really wants to get things done. Again, they pull for the tank. Don't do that. Just let your tank pull. Our tank's a sprout. I don't know if they know each other, but like, the healer is a traveler, so. Anyways, this is the first boss. It's I can't read his name. Raskovnik. He's got like two mechanics, and that's it. One is he puts this circle on you, and then he sucks you in, and then does a point blank AoE to try and eat you. But you can see there's like little wasps on the outside coming in, and if the wasps get hit by that circle AoE, he'll eat them and gain a damage stack. But yeah, that suck-in move, you want to aim it away from the wasps because it'll pull the wasps into. Anyways, you go inside and you see there's all this corrupted red crystal, which is really cool. It's very visually fun. But it's still kind of a glowing cave. We're fighting dragons. That's kind of the theme for this expansion, unfortunately. Like, dragons are cool, but they're not cool when you're fighting them every friggin' dungeon kind of thing. Anyways, the dragon runs away after you do enough damage to it, and then you go into another cave. This time it's got blue crystals, and once again, after you defeat the dragon, he will run away. These dragons are scaredy cats. Ooh. So we're coming up on the second boss already. You can take these two pieces of trash directly into the boss room. You don't need to fight them outside. You might as well just take them in and AoE them with the boss. Kind of like a hold up for no reason. But yeah, this is the second boss. He's Myeth. He looks interesting, but he's another one of those monsters that you can just kind of find out in the world that's just been scaled up a little bit. So he's just kind of eh. Also, they changed this boss. So he's got like two mechanics. One of them you don't see anymore because you do too much damage. It's with a green slime, but you don't see it. With the red slime and the blue slime, you stack for the red slimes, and you spread out the damage. Then he grabs a blue slime, and it's a circle purple thing, and I'm just trying to stay away from the tank. The tank's trying to stack with me for some reason. Anyways, yeah, you take him down. Before there were no markers. You just had a red or a blue diamond over your head. You just need to figure it out. But now, not anymore. You're outside now, and there's raptors and little salamander boys. I don't know what they are. Iguanas? Biased? Whatever. You're outside. You kill these guys. I don't know why I'm showing this for so long. Anyways, dragons. Dragons. This is interesting. You come out here, and those dragons that you killed before, they're kind of flying overhead, and you can see one drops down, and then you start fighting this dragon, and then the other two dragons from before that you were beating up, they throw shit at you. Now here's the thing, right? I could have sworn that the red dragon, when it shot the floor, used to leave big fire puddles. I guess they changed that at some point? Like, I know they went back and they made a whole lot of leveling dungeons easier for no reason, just to kind of streamline them, but whatever. This is the last boss. This is Teoman. It's cool. It's a big dragon. It gives me kind of Dark Souls-y vibes, but in a Final Fantasy way. Comets. Take the comets out. The comets do proximity AoEs while he's dropping regular stuff on the floor. You just kind of take them out. And then he makes his wings glow, and you have to attack his wings, and he drops like meteors on you. If you're a ranged DPS of any kind, magic, like caster, or ranged, you just hit both of the wings with the LB, and the mechanic's over. And then you just kill the body, and it's done. And that's the dungeon. It's very, very short comparatively. The first boss, like, it's just a Rafflesia with very easy mechanics. The second boss is, just a lizard guy with very easy mechanics that are even telegraphed now. The final boss looks cool, and the meteors might be able to kill you, because I think if the meteors drop beside each other, they'll link up and explode. A la, like, nail fight? Or not nail fight, might be nail fight. Yeah, nail fight. Music is kind of cool. It's got that kind of, like, adventurous drums going. Trash is fine. I gave it a bonus point because they kind of do that visual storytelling again, where the dragons that you were fighting earlier come back. Layout aesthetics, it's rocks and corrupted crystals and plant life, which is fine. It's fun. It's fine. It's not anything to write home about, but it's fine. Overall fun, a 5. It's very mid-tier. If I get this dungeon, I don't hate it, but at the same time, I'm not excited for it. It's 45 out of 100. That's not bad. That's almost 50% score. Okay, bye. Okay. The Airy. The opening video for this dungeon is so long. Like, you're flying in here with a Stinian, and then Nidhogg's just like, what's up? And just like comes in. Yeah, like even the editors, like, this is so long. I think we cut out like a good 30 seconds of the opening intro. But yeah, Nidhogg spits some fire out. Yeah, he cuts it out here. And Nidhogg like does like this talking thing and shouts at you, and it's just like brah. Anyways, you land here and you just go. I think when I did this dungeon, we had some new players or something. Yeah, like all Leafies or something. Yeah, all Leafies. The first pull we wiped. I cut it out, but the first pull we wiped. We only had like 4 pieces of trash and we wiped. It was kind of sad. But yeah, it's pretty. It's a very pretty dungeon, and you know, purple, got thunder stuff going on. I'm just waiting for the tank to pull here. More dragons, fighting more dragons, always dragons in this expansion. It makes sense, it fits the theme, but I don't want to fight dragons all the time. I kind of take a look around because it is pretty in here. Like, look at the thunder crystals, and you know, it's very purple. We got some red crystals in here too, and this is the first boss. He's what's his name? Grandpa. Yeah, we're fighting Grandpa. He's got two abilities. He does a circle of electricity around him, and he knocks you back, and that's one set. And then the other one is he kind of connects to a player with thunder, and then you just gotta take him out to the rods on the outside, which this guy's taking his time doing, but does anyway. He also summons an ad. Like, I don't know if you're supposed to kill the ad or just burn the boss. Like, I don't think it matters really. And this is the most interesting part of the dungeon, in my opinion, right here, where, you know, you come up to the edge and it's like, oh, there's a cliff. You know, cliff. Oh, we jump off the cliff. Oh, we're gonna take fall damage. No, we're not. No fall damage. Randomly, no fall damage. Okay, whatever. There's a dragon that sweeps across these bridges. You can bait him, like I did right there. And he's gonna go across before the tank gets there. Now, here's something that they changed in this dungeon as well. These big red dragons used to be asleep, right? Like, you didn't have to fight them. You could just run past them. And the little dragons, the little red dragons were called, like, dragonettes or something like that. And when you killed them, they would explode and do, like, ill wind or something. They don't do that anymore. So I don't know why they changed the trash in there, but whatever. This boss is completely revamped. I had never seen this boss when I came in to record this. It used to have like little smoke bombs that you had to kill after they ate the smoke piles. That's not the thing anymore. Now he just does circle AoEs like over and over again, and that's it. The smoke does a circle AoE, he does an AoE under him, and he does a donut AoE around the arena. It's like it's an upgrade for sure. It's not as hard as it used to be, but you know, I like the older version. This is kind of cool. The map kind of like is falling apart as you go through it. It makes a bridge for you. Good stuff. I like that kind of stuff. There's 2 pieces of trash here. It's kind of a trash sin. It's gonna lose a point for it. But yeah, there's some kind of, there's like Allegan stuff on the right there too, right? Like, you saw that? I don't know why that's there. Yeah, you kind of come to this like main room. It's got like glowing portals, and dragons just kind of come out of them for a little while. It's very, like, I don't know. I feel like there was more dragons here before and they changed it. But now we come across, you know, the expansion's main boss guy. They kind of like doing this sometimes. They just like let you fight the last boss in a dungeon before you fight it in a trial later. It happens in other expansions too, spoilers. He's got a whole bunch of different attacks that they teach you in here, like Hot Wing and Hot Tail, the Sable Price. There's like a stack marker for Akmorn later. This attack right here is a noob trap again. If you see this, attack it. I don't care if you're the tank, I don't care if you're the healer, just attack it, because if they stay in that for too long, it just instantly kills them. And 9 times out of 10, well, not 9 times, I'm gonna say like 40% of the time, other people aren't paying attention, and whoever gets caught just dies. You get a trash phase here, and depending how long the trash is alive is how much damage the bar does to you. You see, it did pretty decent damage, but we didn't have any mid. Yeah, and then he comes down, you beat him, and that's your fight with Nidhogg in the dungeon. First boss is a 4. Like, it's fine. It's fine. Mechanics are fine. Second boss is Mr. Smoke Ring. Like, he looks cool. It's kind of interesting, but like, why nerf him? Just let him keep the ads eating the smoke thing. That's perfectly fine. You don't teach your players stuff. Final boss gets an 8 for design because it's Nidhogg, and Nidhogg is a badass. A 6 for mechanics because, like, while he shows you some of his stuff, he doesn't show you his whole kit, which makes sense because it's just a dungeon. But like, the stuff that he does show you isn't like dangerous at all. Like, there's very little chance of you screwing up on your first time through that fight. Layout and aesthetics, I gave it a 7. I think this place is actually kind of pretty. Like, you got pillars falling over, you got like corrupted crystals all around, you got thunder strikes going on in the distance. It's a very pretty dungeon, even though it's all kind of like monochromatic. Overall fun is a 5. Like, again, it's not offensive, it's not inoffensive. If I get this dungeon, I'm just like, okay, let's go. Music is very generic for this type of dungeon, though. Like, you're fighting this expansion's boss. Like, you think this should be like kind of like epic let's go music, but it's not. Trash. There's so many packs in here where you only fight like between 2 and 4 monsters. It's not the greatest. I'm not giving it any bonus points. I feel like I was fair with giving Nidhogg some extra points in design, so no bonus. It's a 53 out of 100. That's perfectly mid. Perfectly mid dungeon. Okay, bye. Okay, the vault. The dreaded vault. The vault that has, spoilers, the cutscene that has wrecked many players in this game. It's very pretty dungeon, very well put together, fits the aesthetic of what it is. Like, spoilers, I love this dungeon and its layout. I think it's gorgeous. So yeah, this is also the dungeon that like people like to pretend that Blue Mage has a good gil farm on. It doesn't. It's like 3k per run. It's so bad. Like 30k, I don't know. I just know it's not worth it. So yeah, you come in here, there's like a small trash pack, it's fine. It's still got 5 enemies in it. You move on, the door opens, you get another trash pack of like 4 or 5 enemies. I wish that door just started as open, so that you could just pull those 2 trash packs together and just have an 8-pack kill, and then move into the next area and have like another 8-pack kill, like they show here. There's no reason to split up trash packs into like 4 and 4. Just let me pull 8, you know? But yeah, it's a church. It's gorgeous. It's got like gates and stuff. It's very like it's representative of like the church being above the common man in the way of how like grand this place is built compared to the outside, which is like broken stone and stuff like that. Anyways, this is the first boss. He grows into a big boy after you kill him as a little boy, and this tank covers me. They cover me for shield bash or whatever this is. That's awesome. Okay, if you cover, whoever gets hit by that gets down for the count for like 2 seconds. You lose like 2 or 3 DCDs. If you're a paladin and you cover a DPS, that's a DPS gain. So great job, paladin. But yeah, that's all he does. He dashes around and then like hits one person again. He picked me twice. Like, what a jerk, right? And then he disappears because you can't kill these guys. They're not they have story cover. Like, spoilers, this is supposed to be like representative of the Knights of the Round from Final Fantasy VII. You only fight 2 of the bosses, but when you eventually fight the trial, you see like all 13 of them, or how many of there are. I think this is really cool. The statues become alive and attack you. I don't know why. And then there's like another theme here that starts coming up, is these giant, not rooks, but knights, these knight chess pieces, the horses. They start attacking you, and then it's a white piece and a black piece, so they're definitely supposed to represent like chess pieces. And it's like black knight, white knight, yeah. And this is the second boss. This is Bruno the Bull, and he's got voice lines. You can hear him. He's gonna yell, "I have the power." That's so cool. I think this is the first time you get like voiced lines in a dungeon, right? He's very simple. He shoots beams into a corner, or into like a clock direction or inner cardinal, and then it puts down a purple portal thing there, and then he wants to knock you back, and if you get knocked back into the purple stuff, it will leash to you and do damage. You can also knock back resist that, and he does this circle stuff, and that's cool. I think this boss is good. This is a good learning boss. Also, that slash that he just did, I'm pretty sure is an AoE. So don't stand with the tank. I might be wrong. But yeah, it's pretty cool. You see the knights, and now we fight more horses. At least it's not dragons, am I right? So you get to this area, and there's this like high priest, and he uses the summoner animation to make these gargoyles come to life and attack you. I think that's really cool. It might have been Scholar. I don't know. Whatever. Either way, you get attacked by trash. And now this guy is the first meme boss. He calls you a filthy rat. He says sickness must be purged. He's got all the good meme lines from Heavensward. He's also just like mechanically sound too. He's got move stuff. He's got chains to teach you to move away from each other to break the chain. I was kind of hoping I had a little bit more leeway there, but I didn't. And then he's got this thing where the chess pieces are supposed to come across, but we killed him too fast. Well, we got him to middle phase too fast. Now he summons like 6 or 8, 5? I don't know, a bunch of fireballs. You have to kill the fireballs, or this will instantly kill you. It's big fire animation, it's very cool. This is the second half, where now he does all the stuff from the first phase, but now he just keeps summoning these horse knights to go across the screen with circle AoEs and chains and a bunch of interesting stuff. Just LBM and he dies. So yeah, it's a very solid dungeon. I think this is actually the best, probably the best dungeon of the leveling dungeons for Heavensward. I gave first boss a design 5. He's one of the Knights of the Round. His mechanics are very weak. Second boss 5. He's a Knight of the Round. His mechanics are fairly, they're fair. Like he's teaching players going into Heavensward. This is the level of stuff you probably will have to come to expect. Final boss, he's 6. He's cool. He's very he's got voice lines. He's memeable, and his mechanics are great. Like, it's teaching you can't just sit there and hit the boss. There's a whole lot of stuff that says you gotta move. 4 for music, because it's just kind of, it's just organ music, right? The whole time. It's kind of boring. Trash is a 7. There's no point in this dungeon where you're only fighting like 2 to 3 mobs. You're always fighting between like 4 and 8. Like, typically you're fighting 4 or 5, but it's good. I gave it a bonus of 2 because, 1, the cutscene that rocks everybody is right after this dungeon. And the other point is that the last boss is just so memeable. You remember him. Here's the good thing though. It gets a 10 on layout and aesthetics. I think this is a perfectly designed, aesthetically pleasing dungeon. It's not a straight line, but like you go through the dungeon, and everywhere you go just very much fits the theme of the dungeon. And when you get up to the end, you're in that square arena at the top of the cathedral. It's great. It's wonderful. Overall fun, it's a 6. It's not as fun as the new dungeons, but it's more fun than the old dungeons. So it gets an extra point there. Total is 58 out of 100. I'm not sure. Is that the highest score we've gotten so far? This might be the best dungeon that they put out in sequence so far. Alright, well, next dungeon. Okay, Gooble normal. I think this dungeon is awesome. I think the music is incredible. Like, you can tell that I think this was made by Soken, but whoever made the music for this dungeon is just absolutely going ham creatively. You just kind of get this, like, what's the word? Like, impromptu jazz riffs. It's so good. Also, there's like all these books and candles, and the enemies are themed to the dungeon. Like, you're fighting books, you're fighting like moths, you're fighting inkwells that have become corrupted and enchanted. There's also these cool blue stairwells that are just like magically there to help you get around. It's so pretty. Just kind of listen to the music. It's so good. I'm like speechless partially, just because I just want to groove to the music and hang out. But eventually you get through this grand library area. It kind of also gives you that like Dark Souls dungeon kind of feel too. There's all these like desks, and I think this is the first boss, this boss is awesome. Okay, so it's a reuse, like a reskin of the demon wall, but I think it's perfectly executed. It's a giant book. I mean, mechanically it does nothing, but it's a giant book, a demon wall book. And it knocks you back, and then it uses disclosure where it closes the book, which lets you go around behind him so that you don't die to the thing in front of him. And then you see the spine of the book, it turns around and knocks you back as it's turning. You can step back and not get hit by it. This ice thing doesn't really make sense, but, you know, mechanically it's fine. What you're supposed to do is, if you don't kill it like we did, he's going to disclosure again, which lets you slide back to the other side to be safe from the disclosure. But yeah, aesthetically a perfect boss, I think. These like page 64 things, the demons inside the books, I don't know if they still have it, but they used to have level 5 death, where if you let them live for too long, they would just cast level 5 death, which would mean if your level was divisible by 5, you would just die. It would just kill you outright. So yeah, this is the first boss. This is Biblos? Biblos. I don't know. He's just a guy that you find outside, though. This monster can be found in the world, so kind of boring design-wise. But mechanically, he throws down these books. They attach you with a light. He's also immune to damage right now, so you have to do this mechanic. Once the light hits the boss, it knocks him out of immunity. This Pictomancer is doing this mechanic wrong. If you get an orange bar like that towards you and there isn't any indication of like a purple tether as well, just stay there and take the hit. This is just a dungeon boss, so she's pulling it away again. Both time me and the tank lose uptime. Just stand there and take the hit. It's not going to do enough damage to kill you. I don't even think there's anything... I don't even think it does less damage if you pull it farther. I think it's just annoying. So just take the hit. Just take the hit. We do more trash pulls. Still all these like areas just absolutely packed with books. And some of these books are like glowing red with corrupted aether now too, which is awesome, right? Because you can see that it's not just crystals. You can see mana is also infused into these books, which makes the library seem that even more like mysterious and alluring to like explore. You see there's another level 5 boss, or another level 5 monster there that will kill you. Level 5 death monster. This is the last boss. This is the ever-living Bibliotaph. This boss used to be a lot tougher, but damage-wise, this thing just goes down like a sack of bricks now, which is kind of sad because it's the last boss of the leveling dungeons. So you can see this guy got picked for that orb. This orb used to persist. Like, it used to just stay there and pulse and pulse and pulse and pulse repeatedly. So you'd want to, like, put it on the outside between the platforms. But now it just goes off once. Now, I'm a melee DPS, and these only need one person to seal them. You can see the Pictomancer is sealing them as he steps over them. But I'm a melee DPS, so I just stay on the boss for the first one. And do as much damage as possible. And this is the second time it happens, and me and the healer seal the first one, but then he just completely ignores the second one, and he sees me jumping there. He actively ignores me. So I kind of run up and get in his face, like, what are you doing, man? We get an ad, but the thing's already so close to dead, like I probably could have just gotten on the boss and killed it before this happened at all. I'm the kind of person who says do a mechanic if you need to, because if something bad goes wrong, at least you did what was supposed to happen. You know, it's better safe than sorry kind of guy. First boss, I gave it a 10. A 10 on design. It's a demon wall book. How cool is that? How creative is that? That's so awesome. It's too bad that its mechanics are trash. Second boss, like I said, it's just a monster that you can find out in the world. It does have new mechanics like the charger mechanic and having to pull the light orb through it to make it not immune anymore. It's also got like gas bubbles that if you pull your light through the gas bubble, it kills the light. So that's something else to look out for. Final boss, I think this is the only one of its kind. I think it shows up in Raid. It might show up in like Eureka or something like that, but I don't see this monster anywhere else. It's a cool design, but it's not like interesting enough, you know? And the mechanics, you kill it too fast for them to matter now. Music, I also gave a 10. Like, it's just, you know, improvised jazz. It's so much fun. Trash is a 6. You know, it's nothing to write home about. It's, you know, you get some that are bad, some that are good. Layout and aesthetics, I gave it an 8 as well. Yeah, very, 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 very appealing visually. Visual storytelling, good dungeon. Overall fun, 6. Again, this is not a dungeon that I hate. If I get it, I'm like, okay, let's go. GG. 57 out of 100. Not a bad dungeon. I liked that it's kind of like, after doing the ARR stuff and everything getting like 30s and 40s, seeing stuff getting close to 60 and higher, good stuff. Alright. That's all of the leveling dungeons. Alright, the first dungeon. Technically still a story dungeon? Yeah, you have to do ARF. Now, if you're a Heavensward player, you know this dungeon back to front because of the Poetics grind you had to do for, rather the Tombstone grind you had to do for your ultimate weapons. This place is gorgeous. It's, what do they call this again? I don't remember. It's like the old faction, old stuff. Like the trash. Trash is pretty decent in this front hallway. You do have to fight a pack of 3, which is not the best. Yeah, I remember when I used to play this dungeon, I used to play Ninja, and I also used to be scared because there was a healer in this pack, and I was afraid that people would get mad at me if the healer got a heal off, so I'd just keep my silence on Ninja ready. This is regular water, also known as regular Van Hydrus. He does 2 things, and 2 things only. He makes ads that attach to people, and you basically ignore the ad if you're a melee, because the ranged are supposed to take care of it, but they don't always, and it gets annoying. And the other thing is this, like, yeah, this like 270-degree cleave. That's it. That's it. That's the whole fight. Yeah. So yeah, regular water taken care of. We can go into this area now, where once again, the newbie me is like singing in the back of my mind, because I used to just focus these bioculture nodes down, and I just wouldn't AoE. I was just like, this thing's casting AoEs, the other monsters aren't my problem. No. Anyways, you do that twice, I only showed it once. This boss used to kill people all the time because of, not because of this petrify, but because of this, I forget what it's called. It's like the thing with the circles, enumeration, yeah. And like both of us were like, are we gonna do it? Are we gonna? And we're not. Oh, okay, we're all gonna blow up. Luckily, the healer's on task. Go ahead, push into the elevator. Where this trash area is kind of lame because you only get 3 enemies. They should have just dropped like 50 small enemies from the ceiling. That would have been fun. You can hide in the corner here and not get hit by these lions. Yeah. It'll also bait them towards you, so it goes outside of the elevator if you're fighting that target. We get some like cloned healers and thaumaturges, and we get deeper in here, and we get these big tall guys with axes. They die pretty quick. And this is one of my favorite things to do when I'm in a group with people who aren't like 100% knowledgeable of the dungeon. You can jump off here, and then people think that you're stuck. They're just like, no, and I'm just like, bye, and you just jump down. It's fine. You take a little bit of damage, but you know you'll regen before anything important happens. More trash here. Also, if you're listening to the music, this is kind of like bog standard Heavensward music. This is the final boss. They changed this boss since the last time I was in here. This thing, you used to fight them one at a time. They do their own mechanics. Now you fight them in tandem, and they give each other HP. So like if you're like a 2-target AoE person, this boss is like actually wild. They did a really good job with this though. Like, I don't know why the Ascian disappeared in the original version. If I were these guys, I would fight you at the same time as well. You got these fireballs that tether together that show you how long until they're going to explode. And there's an ice ball too that does the same thing. Except you go under. There's a line AoE, easy stuff. And then you get a phase 2, which is wild. I don't think are there any other dungeons that have a phase 2 for a boss? I don't know. Weird. Anyways, I completely misread this because I've never done this before. Red fireballs are absolutely gonna burn me up. Bam. Yeah. Even pros can make mistakes if they've never seen the mechanic before. Not that I'm a pro. And yeah, universal manipulation. This used to be a thing where you would like hide in a portal. They just don't have that anymore. They just give you the debuff and tell you to deal with it. Oh, are you supposed to look away? I don't know how this mechanic works at all now. Get a spread. Stack. It's all very pretty. Fire and ice. And then, but yeah, like this fight is just so good because it's teaching you mechanics that are going to show up in trials and 24-mans coming up, except it's in a dungeon. So you get stuff like spreads, you get stacks, you get this ice stuff, you get pink markers, you get chains. It just kind of shows you everything. It's like this one teaches you to destroy the thing instead of the boss so that you're ready for the Diablos raid. And you get this big raid wide. If you don't kill the orb in time, you gotta have bad DPS if you don't kill the orb in time. But like it'll blow up and kill everybody. We get more of this stuff. I've clued into it by now, but it doesn't matter because our DPS is high enough not to worry about it. Yeah. Anyways, a 66. First boss, regular water. He's cool. Garlean dude. He's got crappy mechanics. Second boss looks cool. Has one deadly mechanic. That's it. Final boss. 10 out of 10 on both. 1. He is an Asian boss that caps off the expansion's original story. And 10 for mechanics because they're teaching you so much stuff. It is the perfect dungeon boss for an expansion, I think. Music, like I said, it's kind of, bog standard. Heavensward music. Trash is... I have no complaints about trash, it's just not crazy good. The bonus is for that elevator trick I used to like to play on people. The layout and aesthetics, it's a good... I can't remember the name of the old civilization, but it's a good one of their maps. Overall fun. It's decent dungeon. It's pretty good. 66, like I said. Alright, next dungeon. Next dungeon we have is the ever painful to get in roulette, Never Reap. The only thing this dungeon has going for it is that it's so short that you get out of here and can forget about it very quickly. So the Vanu are kind of the beast race being like showcased, quote unquote, in this this dungeon. All it really boils down to is this guy gives you cloud eggs, thunder eggs. You put the thunder eggs on the altar, it makes wind, and you go to the next island. It's tedious, alright? Don't make me click stuff to get through the dungeon. I hate that shit. Anyways, click, you make wind, you go to next island. Alright? Now, one interesting thing that SE took the fun away from was these whirlwinds on the side. You used to be able to put a paladin to cover someone and they could stand in it and it would endlessly knock them up into the skybox until you were out of the map. It was really fun to do. This is the first boss. It's Nunyanunk. It's bad. All it does is disappear and make an ad, and that's it, and it's gone. It doesn't even look that cool. It's just a monster that you can find in the overworld. Yikes. Alright, you come up to another trash pack showing off cultural totems for the Vanu. Not interesting. This trash pack, however, is interesting. There are Divine Vespas, which are essentially just bees, and bees have Final Sting. And Final Sting deals like 60% or 55% of its target's health, or at least it used to. I remember getting stung in Karn by bees on like a level 90 paladin, and it did all of my HP and killed me instantly. Like these 2 level 30 bees just insta-gimped me. But yeah, this Dark Knight does a good job of staying alive as long as he can, given that, you know, that pull can be kind of dangerous. This is the second boss. It is just a Vanu guy. He puts a mark on your head, and then you drop totems. And if the totems are inside the purple, when he casts it, they come alive and shield him. Annoying. Don't make me pull off the boss to do stuff in the middle of a fight. Like, if you need me to pull off because I'm gonna get hit by an AoE, that's completely different than I have to pull off, grab a totem, move it out of the circle, and then come back. That shit's annoying. Alright, this area is kind of cool. It's got water. You fight some like jellyfish, and if you go in the water, you get this cool water effect, and you get the dropsy effect. You get attacked by 2 random Elvan here, or what are they called? Whatever those long neck race guys are. Yeah, Ellison. You get attacked by 2 Ellison there. This is the final boss. This is Wakion. He is also completely boring. If you look at the timer, this is the last boss. We've been in here for less than 10 minutes. All he does is he splashes you and makes an ad, and then he'll put up this shield and go around. You kill the ads, he'll stop, and then he tries to blow you off the arena. And if you fall off the arena, you die. But that's basically it. And you get these little wind things. It's like a very, very boring boss and a very, very boring dungeon. Yeah, so yeah, the bird, I gave it a 3 for design, a 1 for mechanics. Second boss, it's just a Vanu guy who tries to summon stuff. Boring. Third boss, it is like an interesting snake thing, but it's basically the mount that you get from them with a different skin. Mechanics-wise, the 4, it's got some stuff going on, but nothing lethal. The music is very generic and bad. Trash is okay in this dungeon. The bonus point goes toward, like, the thing I told you where the paladin could cover someone and do something fun. I should take that bonus point away because they fixed it, but, you know, memories. Layout, aesthetics, it's just a floating island. Overall fun, 3. Nobody likes getting this dungeon. Like I said, the only positive thing about this dungeon is that you get out of it in under 12 minutes. Next dungeon, please. Alright. The Fractal
Continuum transfunctionaire.
Continuum. And listen to that music right away. You know that's going to get it some points. So good. So good. Allegan. Allegan is the word I was trying to think of earlier. Allegan tech. Looks cool, right? You know, shield over the door. This front area always makes me laugh because everyone tries to go straight through the shield and it's like, nah, turn right. So yeah, this area's got like clockwork stuff in it, and like mechs and like clones. Yeah, there's like clones. No, are they like clockwork? I don't know. Immortalized Clockwork Knight. Yeah, I guess they're all clockwork. That's kind of cool. Yeah, there's like different colors, different themes as you're going through here. Big, nice, chubby trash packs, and then you get to the first boss, which is this is the high on high guy, but like this is all he does, right? Like he makes slashes and you dodge the slashes. That's it. That's literally it. He has one mechanic, that's it. But yeah, so yeah, he goes down, you come to this next area. Once again, it's a nice, juicy, open door trash pack that you can pull all the way to the next room. Oh, so good. Good trash. Good trash. I hope I gave this a high trash score because I don't remember what I gave it. Oh, I think I docked it some points because of this trash pull. Yeah, these things don't come out of their case until everything in that like second room is dead. Super annoying. Alright, so this guy's kind of cool. Is a Minotaur. He's gonna do a swing. I'm not paying attention and I get hit and that hurts. But like, yeah, and then he screams and he just dashes around. It's kind of annoying. He does this slash in front of him. Wah, bam. And then you can burn him here probably, but I open the tank just in case because I don't want to see us take, you know, a truckload of damage for no reason. You're supposed to kill the ad to stop him from feasting, but we just kill him. GG. Alright, this is the final area. It's very pretty. You can see there's like a big chained up platform in the middle of the area. And you get these little dudes that I don't know why the tank didn't pull all of them at the same time, but you can definitely kill like all 12 of those mechs in one pull. Yeah, you get launched over to the other platforms. You have to open all 3 locks, basically. Also, if you step in these little purple areas, they'll bind you in place, but you can still use actions. So it just kind of makes it dangerous that the big thing will shoot you. But otherwise, it doesn't really matter. And finally, you get to the final boss, where once again, you can see we get here like at the 10-minute mark. Like Heavensward dungeons are so fast. Yeah, the curator, he summons ads. The ads, every time they step on a thing, they make it turn blue, and that thing will blow up. The curator also puts like a aerochemical bomb on someone that the healer needs to cleanse. And yeah, boom. See? Yeah. So if you don't kill the ads, they'll go across the whole area and turn the whole thing blue, and then you have to take damage. So you kill the ads, you kill him. That's it. That's it. Fast dungeon, right? 4 minutes. 4 minutes of footage. That's it. Alright, first boss. 5-3. I don't even remember who it was anymore. 6-5 for the Minotaur. 6-6 for the Curator. Yeah. Good stuff. Layout aesthetics. Pretty dungeon. Overall fun. 7. I don't hate getting that dungeon. It's fast. I gave the trash an 8. That's good. Music is also quite good. 62. Overall, pretty decent dungeon. Don't hate getting it in roulettes. Alright, see you in the next dungeon. Alright, welcome to St. Macian's Arboretum, also known as the Quiet and Relaxed Dungeon Music Dungeon. I don't know. It's very pretty. It's a pretty dungeon. It's all like overgrown and you know, it's got like Malboros in it, plants, and these like cat o' nine tails and corpicers. Super pretty. You're on top of these like lily pads and you're fighting corpicers on top of the lily pads. It's very, you know, pretty. It's what's the word? Aesthetically pleasing. This is the first boss, is Rose Garden. Rose Garden looks very cool, but does not do anything. He's supposed to spray this purple stuff and then spin around, and you're supposed to dodge the mini Malboros who are also spinning so that you can keep uptime. But he spins so slowly that nothing happens. And then he just goes down. He also spawns those like rose hips, and I think they blow up if you don't kill them, but you just ignore them and kill the boss. Now this trash pack is kind of cool. It's got a big turtle in it. It also leads into the only like special quote-unquote area of the dungeon, which is this like honeycomb area with bees. Bees are interesting. This area is interesting because what people used to do back in the day is they wouldn't kill this trash at all. You'd have all of your DPS and your tank focus on this honeycomb, and then you just smash it down. And because the honeycomb was down, because of this ramp, the trash wouldn't follow you, right? So you didn't have to kill that trash at all. You just kill the wall and go down. Anyways, this is the Queen Hawk. I like her. She will kill new players, no problem, because of all this like movement happening on the ground. She has an ad phase, which is fine. They just stop her from taking damage while she like does weird stuff. And this is the thing I'm talking about that will absolutely kill a new player. See, you have to watch the bees on the outside of the arena, and if you get double clipped, you are dead. We get a nice little honey slide down further into the Arboretum now, where the bees haven't gotten. And this area is pretty as well. You have a little look around. The trash in this area is kind of strange. It's like the plants are a little more like knotted and gnarled. And I don't know, man. Like, you just kind of push through it. It's all right. This is Belladonna, and I have a friend that used to tell people that corrupted Lalafels would turn into these things, and people would believe him. So yeah, you basically have uptime from anywhere. Just don't get charmed by the Frond Fatale, and don't get hit by the little purple bulbs. That's basically it. The game is just, or this fight is just spatial awareness, and that's it. You can sneak in uptime in between those little areas, and you won't get hit. That's it. That's it. That's all she does. But you do have to have spatial awareness, at least. Alright, so St. Mossian's Arboretum, first boss. It's just a Marlboro, and it just spins around, and that's it. The second boss, I've already forgotten what it is. That's how forgettable it is, but its mechanics are apparent. Oh, it's the bee. The bee, yeah, you can just find the bees out in the map. Mechanics are good because they will absolutely kill a player, and that's what I want to see in a dungeon. Final boss is a 4 because it takes a little bit of spatial awareness in terms of mechs. The music is just like not hitting it for me though. Like, if I go into a dungeon, I don't want to be falling asleep because most of the time the mechanics are already putting me to sleep because it's a dungeon. Trash is a 7 because, you know, it's fine. Like, a lot of these dungeons, I'll just give them a 7 for trash because they're inoffensive, right? Bonus was for that honeycomb wall trick that people used to do. Nostalgia. Layout aesthetics, it's an arboretum. It looks like an arboretum, right? Overall fun is a 5. It's inoffensive, like I said. I don't hate going to this place. I didn't put a total in this. It's a 42. It's 42. It's 42. Alright. We have Pharaoh's Serious Hard Mode. And we have the airship dropping us off at the top of the lighthouse this time. Now, we're in Lanasia, which means we've got all this beautiful, corrupted earth aether, these earth crystals, and yeah, the music is still very pretty, but it's basically the same as the normal mode, I'm pretty sure. This dungeon can be a little bit of a noob trap. There are mechanics that are not, like, blatantly apparent. There are rooms where you have to clear all of the trash, and if you're a WoW player who is used to skipping trash all the time, it can make it confusing on how you're supposed to continue the dungeon. But yeah, this is the first boss coming up. It is a reference to a monster from Final Fantasy XI that would swap between bird and spider form or human form, though the human forms were typically bosses. So what it does is it spawns these little yellow orbs, and they attach to you, and you're supposed to drop them off like I did right there on that bird, onto the birds and the spiders that are walking around the outside of the arena. Now, if you don't do that, they will copy you, and then they will buff the boss. Now, it doesn't really matter, because we're in, like, level synced gear, and the boss getting 3 stacks of damage isn't going to do anything, but, yeah, you can ignore it, basically. Now you get to this kind of really annoying trash area, where there are these time bombs that are supposed to be coming at you slowly. If you're a tank, or anybody with a stun, do not stun the time bombs. You cannot DPS them to death. They have to die from being triggered and blowing up. So if you stun them, they're just gonna sit there until the stun runs out and then blow up anyways. So don't bother. Alright, this is the second boss. It's just a goblin. It's just a goblin. You got a drill spike thing. I'm just like, come on tank, pull, come on tank. So this is another boss where they're like, if you don't know what you're doing, you can't solve mechanics. But the mechanics don't matter anymore, so it's aggravating. What you're supposed to do is kill these corrupted gels on top of the gas so that the goo seeps into the floor and stops the gas. Also, you see these batteries keep connecting to the boss. The boss has a stun shield while those batteries are up, so you have to keep killing stun shields. It's a very annoying boss. Alright, we're getting to the part that I was talking about earlier, where, like, if you're not used to clearing trash in every room, you can get confused. Like, I've done this dungeon probably in, like, at least 20 to 50 time range, right? Just over my time from roulettes. I know you kill the incubators first, and then you just keep continuing along, picking up all the other trash along the way, and then after you get to the third incubator, all the trash is there, and you just AoE it all, and you hit the incubator too. Now, the tank gets real confused here because this thing just doesn't attack us, and I'm just like, that door does not open until you kill this dude behind me. So I just pull them, and I'm just like, come on, we have to kill this stuff or the door doesn't open. It happens again with this roundsman, who after destroying the wall goes over to a different wall. Yeah, annoying layout. This is the final boss. This is Progenitrix, which is a boss that dies very quickly because I was wrong. There are dungeons. There is another boss with a phase 2. It's got gray bombs. You just kill the little bombs, and then eventually this one, she comes back out, and she's blue now. I don't know why. It's got a cool little fire animation for the raid wide. And there's like a thing where there's like a remedy bomb and a gray bomb. And I'm just like, I don't know if you're supposed to attach these things, but it blows up and gives us a burn dot. So I don't think they're supposed to connect. It's been so long. Anyways, first boss is a 6 for design. It's a cool little reference to Final Fantasy XI. Mechanics are a 3 because it's just very simple. Second boss is the Goblin. I gave it a 1 because it's just a goblin, or not a goblin. What are they called? Kobold. It's just a kobold. Is it a kobold? No, it's a goblin. It's a goblin. I don't even know, man. Mechanics are a 4. You're supposed to do things even if you don't. Final boss is a 4. It looks cool. It's got some mechanics going on, but you know, whatever. Music I gave a 9. I think that's what I gave it the first time. I might have given it an 8 the first time. I think I gave it a 10 the first time even. It's getting a 9 this time because it's good, but it's just, you know, whatever. I've heard it before. Trash is a 4. It's confusing. It's confusing for new tanks to figure out that you need to pull everything. Layout aesthetics. The only nice thing about this dungeon is the crystals, and after that you're just in a cave. Very boring. Overall fun is a 3. Nobody wants to do Pharaoh serious, whether it be the normal mode or the hard mode. People hate this dungeon. It's a 42 out of 100. It's not even halfway good. We're done. Oh hey, first dungeon. And it is the Anti-Tower. Now, the Anti-Tower is kind of a mid-dungeon, and I don't mean that in like an offensive way. I just mean that it's just kind of middle of the pack fine, right? Like it's pretty on the outside. You get this cool kind of like upside down castle in the middle of nowhere. This opening sequence is kind of annoying though. You get this thing where you just keep fighting only 3 enemies. And it happens 3 times. And then when you kill this frog, the frog in this pack will spawn 2 more enemies in the middle of the thing, and you can't go forward until you kill them. So you might as well be fighting 3-3-3-2, which is unacceptable when it comes to trash. And it really hurts the dungeon, I think. This boss is kind of cool. He does basically like a flamethrower, but it's music, and he just kind of blasts in front of him. Eventually he'll turn 2 players into frogs, and they just drop water, and the way you get them out is to kill the frog ads. Other than that, he goes down real fast, but he is cool though. I think this is the only instance of like large toads like that in a dungeon. So very, very unique boss. Next you come into this area, which is strange. It's got like floating like wardrobes and stuff all over the place. The trash packs in here aren't terrible. You come to this boss, who I think is Ziggy. Yeah, Ziggy. And he's just basically a Spriggan on top of a rock. How did this Spriggan get here? No one knows. They've revamped this boss from its original version. Now you just kind of like avoid AoEs, and then he's gonna like pick a player, and then that player has to hide behind a rock so that Ziggy doesn't blast him. But it's kind. I think it's a reference. I think it's like a Ziggy Stardust reference kind of thing, because these little meteors are kind of stardusty. I don't know. I could be wrong. It's what it makes me think of. And now you get into the castle area, and it's upside down, and I think that's really cool. But it's still kind of just a hallway, you know? You have more trash issues in here where you're only fighting like two of those little these guys, the wind-up Magus and the wind-up Viking. There's like a portion in here you kill. Yeah, like right here, you fight one of each, and that's it. Why? Why not just drop all of the trash at the same time so that you can have a big fun AoE fest? I don't like when you only fight 2 targets, especially if they're small. Now this boss is really cool. I like this. This is where the Kalka and Brina dolls come from. As furniture as well. I think one of them... Actually, I think it's a minion that drops here. It's either a furniture or a minion. Either way, I've got them in my house because they're creepy and adorable. If you AoE in the middle of that spiral during that phase, you can hit 3 at once, by the way. Anyways. They merge together and they make big creepy naked doll. Now I'm gonna mess up a mechanic here. Oh no, I didn't. I cut that part. Good job, me. Eventually, she like leans forward and you see shields on 3 sides. You just attack the side that doesn't have the shields. She'll turn your DPS into dolls, and then they have to break you out so that you can keep going. This is all physical damage? No, it's magical. Okay. Why is Punch Ground magical? It doesn't make sense to me. Anyways, there's another cone thing where if you're looking at her, she'll like confuse you. You just look away for the cone. It's very easy. First boss is 7. Like I said, it's a frog. It's very, you know, what's the word? It's very unique boss type mechanics or whatever. They're fine. Second boss, I don't really like the it's just a Spriggan on a rock, but the mechanics are fine. Final boss, I think it's really creepy dolls. Awesome. 9 out of 10. Mechanics are 4. You do stuff. Layout aesthetics, like I said, it's just a hallway and you're kind of like out in the open. I don't know, maybe it deserves more, but it's just getting a 6. Overall fun's a 5. You don't really hate getting this dungeon. It's not offensive, it's fine. I think the music is very pretty and slow and fits the aesthetic of the dungeon. Trash is a 3 though. The trash in this dungeon, especially that opening sequence where you fight 3-3-3-2, it's like bad. They need to put more enemies there or remove one of the trash packs. Now, there's a bonus of 1 because of the creepy dolls, and that leads us to a total of 53. Okay, next dungeon. Alright, Lost City of Amdapor, hard. I like this dungeon, but I'm still gonna score it fairly, okay? I know a lot of people not fond of this dungeon, but I like the kind of like mold biome that we have going on out here. Same as the first one. The music is still kind of like, you know, you just kind of vibe to it. It's fine. You got these walls made out of eggs called unfortunate eggs, which are kind of funny. You got these cool little green caterpillars. They're cute. And you got these gremlins. Interesting fact: these gremlins, they'll do a thing that give your character like depression. And if you pick a character, like somebody on your team, and you do the emote / comfort, it will get rid of the status effect, which is kind of cool. Now, the tank did one mistake here. You're supposed to bring the trash to these eggs so that you can AoE the trash and the wall at the same time, and it'll bring in these extra butterflies, and it just kind of supplements the pull. So it's like a decent trash pull. It was just pulled incorrectly. This is the first boss. It is the Akamoth. This boss will confuse new players because of Neurosquama, which we're about to see. It spawns a copy of you, and then whatever direction that copy is facing, it will spit a cone out into the void. So you don't want to clip the other people in your party, so you kind of want to aim that out of the arena. And if you clip your party members, they get a damage. They get a vuln stack, which is not cool. So, you know, be responsible and point your clone out of the arena. There's also this green stuff on the floor, which I'm kind of ignoring because it's just don't stand in it. You know, let your melee get positionals. This is the second area. It's kind of like underground. It's got these like light patches. And the light patches, if you bring enemies into them, they get vulnerability up, which means they take more damage. They get slow, which means they do less damage, or they do damage less often. And they get damage down, which means they do less damage. So if you're a tank, you absolutely want to be fighting these enemies inside the light. Alright, this is the second boss. you'll kind of notice that if you're like further in the game, these bosses kind of look like the prototype for the Sin Eater stuff from Shadowbringers. I think that's kind of cool. This boss is just a big lion guy. You're supposed to like absorb the element that you're not weak to. So like you can see I have 4 minutes on the stone element, so I should be absorbing the wind elements so that they don't explode and hit everybody, but nobody here is paying attention because it doesn't matter. The mechanic don't matter. Nothing matters. We move on to the next area, which are these open areas with these kind of like arcane type enemies. We got dolls, we got pots. There was also like a group of like rock lizard things. But yeah, come to the last boss. This is Karibu. This boss is weird because it doesn't really have 3 phases, really. It's like, it just does different things depending on how many times you killed it. And, yeah, you kill it and then it raises again, and now it has different effects on its attack. So like the first bubble would like heal people if they stood in it. Now it'll give you a bleed if you stand in it. See, now it's purple now. And Cure 4 used to be a thing that you could stay in and just keep doing DPS. Now it's a proximity marker. So, kind of interesting variant. When you get circle AoEs like that, try not to, you know, bisect your DPS with it. Third phase is the same as the second with like a little bit more damage. Alright, so yeah, first boss, the moth. It looks cool. It's got a mechanic that will kill people if they don't pay attention, 5/5. Second boss, the lion. It looks alright. It's got mechanics that you should be doing, but you don't need to, so a 4. Final boss, it's basically a Sin Eater, right? It's very cool. It's also like the first time you see that design of that like angel statue in the game, so a 7. Mechanics are trash though. Music is very, you know, it's recognizable. You listen to this music, you know you're in Amdapor. Trash is a 7. It's inoffensive. It's fine. Layout and aesthetics. I really like the mold area outside. The middle section with the platforms is fine, and then the ending part where you're kind of moving through like a holy area of white aether is also fun. Overall fun's a 6. It's fine. It's fine. It's all fine. 56 out of 100. Next dungeon. Alright. We are in Sorkai, which is another story dungeon, I'm pretty sure. I've trimmed the intro because all it is like 30 seconds of the drakes flying towards this island. So I trimmed it down to like 10 seconds. Anyways, this place is pretty. It's alright. It's like a ruin, and you know, trash is alright. This first pack is fine. That first door is kind of annoying with only 2 monsters. But there are these fans inside this area, which are really, really cool. And if you kill them, you know how in WoW they say stand in the fire to get the haste buff. Literally in this game, if you stand in the fan, you will get a haste buff. So you can actually stand in the fans here. This is the first boss. This is Chieftain Moglin. He used to be a little bit more difficult. Now he's just like a very wet paper bag type enemy. His ads go down on like 2 hits, and he's got the same thing that the Vanu have, where if they're inside that purple, they revive. But yeah, you just kill that and no problem. We go to the next area where we got burbs, and the burbs have eggs, and the eggs will turn into more burbs. So you kind of want to like stand in the middle of this area so that you can AoE all 3 of the eggs and save yourself at least 3 enemies. The problem here though is trash right there is that last egg basically can't be broken, and then you're stuck with that one thing left. But then you come to this area where you have like a whole bunch of big monsters that are chunky, and back in the day, healers and tanks would be scared to full pull that. These days you can just send it, no problem. This is Pokerage. He is going to try and break the walls on the sides of the arena so that he can do this jump thing where he will, knock you back from the center while also having a proximity. He's trying to knock you into the electric water. The other thing he does is he'll pick a player, give them a storm cloud. That storm cloud will expand and damage anything near it. It will also break walls, so you kind of want to put it away from the boss. This is also the mount from the deep dungeon. Kind of interesting. Alright, you kind of come to this last area, which is very pretty and golden light. It's got some trash sins. You end up fighting you fight 3 enemies, and then you fight 2 enemies, and then you fight 1 enemy. Kind of annoying, but the rest of the trash in the dungeon are fine, so I'm just gonna give them like a little bit of a probably like an even score for it. Yeah, this blue dragon comes down. I like this ice bridge though. This final boss, Heavenwards, this used to be a completely different fight. You used to have like 30 different little tiny platforms, and you'd have to have the DPS on one platform and the tank on another platform, because he didn't have omnidirectional hit capability. But now he's like a proper engagement. He does this thing, and then you have to dodge to the middle. And then he's gonna hit you with the old dragon Akmorn. Except it's like golden, which is pretty. You get some spread markers, which are also pretty. And then you get the ice phase, where you get slippery floor with other mechanics going on at the same time, which is kind of fun. Definitely pick this up from Shiva, I think. Yeah, I show a lot of this fight because it's new to me, and I think it's really interesting. And yeah, pretty good fight. Alright, first boss is a 3 for design, a 2 for mechanics. Moglin is just a Moogle, and he does nothing. Second boss, I don't even remember who it is, but it's a 3 and a 4. But the final boss, Heavenwards, design 8, mechanics 8. This is one of those fights that have been modernized, and you can very much tell. It's like the Ascian fight in ARF. It's showing you new things, and it's teaching you. Music is a 7. You don't hate to jam to this. Trash is a 7. There are some trash sins, but there are other parts that are really good. A bonus of 1, specifically for those haste fans at the beginning, where you get a buff for getting blown up into the air. I think that's a lot of fun. I hope they do something like that again in the future, where you can stand and stuff and get a buff. Layout aesthetics, mostly all coming from the third part with the golden chapels and stuff up and all around you. The rest of it's kind of bland. Overall fun is a 6. I don't hate getting this dungeon. I keep saying this, but like, it's fine. 55 total. Okay, Hullbreaker Isle. I didn't like the first one. I don't like the second one. This is Hullbreaker Hard. The music is fine. It just, it's very generic. Ugh. I just don't like this dungeon. I don't think I know anybody who likes this dungeon. You get a 4-pack in the front, then you get a 3-pack. This 3-pack can be a little bit dangerous if the tank doesn't know what they're doing. You're supposed to kind of like pull this to the side so that people can run out of it. And it paralyzes you when it hits, which is annoying. And then you get another, I think it's like a 5-pack here? Or like a 7-pack, which isn't too bad. This is one of the only like aesthetic parts of the dungeon here, is like right here and at the very end. You get this bridge over like a river, which is, you know, it's fine. I hate this boss. It's not a boss. It's all it is you fight like mercenaries. All they do is send a cat at your healer, dodge a couple of AoEs. It's a 0. This encounter is a double 0. I hate trash fights. And there's another trash fight in Shadowbringers that's probably also gonna get double 0s. But yeah, alright, get to the next area, it's fine. It's got like a 5-pack with some gorillas and some tigers. It makes me wonder if you can do the gorilla trick here, as you can do in Shadowbringers. There's a pull in Shadowbringers where if you step out of the area, the monkeys will come down early and you can AoE all of them at once. This is the entrance to the second boss arena. It's got slugs. This is basically the only decent boss in the dungeon, and it's not even good to begin with. We get like a lightning chain here, which I've never seen before in any other encounters. Maybe Rama? Question mark? He makes you step in these puddles to not take damage from thunderbolts, and then he freezes the floor too. So thunder and ice, weird combination, but you know what? Why not? These circles will spawn like little ice blocks, and then the ice blocks explode. So you kind of want to like put these all on one side so that people can move away from it. And then you get this big jump that you don't die from, which makes no sense. And now, welcome to the third phase of the dungeon, where you're just fighting Lamentin soldiers. This guy on the left is a rogue, and he will go into stealth and try and backstab your tank for vulnerabilities. Actually makes them bleed, that's what happens. And then you fight one piece of trash. One. Storm Commander Riki. And it's like, I get it for like Limson players, this dungeon's kind of interesting, but like, where's the Gridania dungeon like this? Where's the other one? You know, the Lala. You know what? I don't want to fight Lalafels anyways. That's kind of boring. This is the final boss. He's just a guy. He puts on a mask at some point and becomes Mistbeard. His only mechanic is that he shoots these barrels and they blow up. So you knock them out of the arena, and then you just don't worry about them. The other mechanic is that he's going to poison everybody. Or a couple of people. Apparently I resisted it, and so did the healer and the Pictomancer. And then you just go find the potion in the chest. But you don't need to because they're already dead. So yeah, this dungeon sucks. This is the worst dungeon since, like, the second dungeon of ARR. Yeah, really, really bad. First boss, 0-0. It's not a boss fight, it's a trash fight. It's a trash fight, literally. Second boss is the snail. It's fine. It's a fine boss. It's nothing to write home about, but it's better than everything else in here. Third boss is garbage. Music is fine. Trash is annoying at the end, where you're fighting like 2 enemies, then 3 enemies, then 1 enemy. It's like, just put them all in the same room and let me AoE them at the same time. Layout aesthetics, it's kind of pretty at the end when you have those platforms and that bridge over the river. Overall fun is a 3. Nobody wants this dungeon. This dungeon is awful. is bad. It's real bad. 30 out of 100, 3 out of a 10. So bad. Alright. Okay, Zelfatol. This was the expert dungeon when I started, when I finally got to endgame in Heavensward. I started playing again in like 3.4 or 3.2 or something like that, and then like I said, this was the expert dungeon when I started playing. This dungeon's got some interesting parts to it, and the music is a banger. It's very dungeon heavy, very good. So this dungeon has a rock that will fall down. If you put the monsters inside of it, they'll take damage and gain vulnerability, which makes them die even faster, which is something fun the tank can do. And I really appreciate things like that when it comes to dungeons, is environmental things that can make, that if you adhere to them, make the dungeon go faster. I think that's a lot of fun. This is the first boss. It's Noozle Hulock. You probably think I'm gonna shit on this boss. I'm not. I think it's adorable. It's just one of these, you know, cattle things, and they've got an air balloon, like a hot air balloon above them. You get ads, and then they added to this fight. They changed some stuff in this dungeon. I guess it was too hard for newer players. You kill the thing, and then you have to get blown up in the air to knock him back down, so that you can start hitting him again. And, you know, it's very basic mechanics, but I think it's fun, at least. Like, I'm gonna be fair, I'm not gonna give it a high score or anything, but, you know, it's fun. It's a new thing, it's a new idea we haven't seen before. So yeah, we come inside here now, where it's a whole bunch of, like a whole bunch of wooden platforms, and these little spikes on the outside of the arena will actually give you bleed if you step on them, and they pop up whenever you like pull the trash around them. Now we fight a lot of these bird people whose name is completely escaping me right now because I haven't dealt with them in 4 expansions. This can be a problem. You have to keep clicking stuff. This has a functioning elevator in it still, though. This is a rare commodity. There are a lot of dungeons that used to have elevators in them, and they took them out. So that is a relic of the past right there. So this is where the bonus points come from. You can see they're little piggies, little piggoos. They're keeping them in a little cage here. They're super cute. I really hope somebody comes to get them, because we kill everybody in our path. That's kind of dark. Oh well. We're coming up to the second boss here. This boss used to work differently. So you come into this arena, it's completely surrounded in spikes, so you have to get knocked into these barriers so that you don't go into the spikes. But the way it used to work is he would hit you with these circles, and these circles would leave behind tornadoes that would block the barriers. Now he just casts the tornadoes at the barriers to show you ahead of time. Because I guess like if you were to drop a tornado in the middle of the map, you don't have enough room or something. I don't know why they changed this boss. I think he was fine. And now we're back outside again. We're at the top of their like earthen kind of stronghold, I guess. Now, in this area, they used to have these airships that would float back and forth, and you had to kill the airship before it would stop spawning these guys. And they changed that. They just spawn them one time now, and then they're gone. You don't have to destroy the airships anymore. I guess looking for the source of a spawn with your eyes is too difficult, but yeah. So you kill them and you get to go on a fun little ride over the chasms with the air stones. I hate picking stuff up in dungeons. Don't do that shit. Stop with the picking stuff up. But we go for a second ride. We do more trash packs. There's a 2-pack there. I don't know why. And then we come to this guy who is, you know, he's just another one of the Birdmen, but he's using Zonde's frame from Crystal Tower, which is kind of funny. You get some spreads, you get some stacks, and then you get him summoning Garuda, which, can someone explain to me why he can do this? Like, when you summon a primal, like, when Beastmen summon a primal, it tempers them, doesn't it? Why can this guy just openly summon Garuda? Like, I know that we summon Titan, Ifrit, and Garuda on Summoner, but we're like the Warrior of Light, we're special. This is just a guy at the top of a mountain. Why can he do this? Anyways, first boss, I gave him a design 7 because I think the hot air balloon thing is really cute. I still only gave him a 3 for mechanics. Second and third boss are just, again, 3s and 4s. It's just bird guys with, like, random mechanics. Music is 8 because you hear this music, you know you're in Zelfatol. Trash is a 6. It got 2 bonus points. One because I think getting blown up into the air during the first boss is a really cool mechanic. You could also say it's because of the air bridges in the third part if you want, but the second bonus point is for the little piggies inside the cage. I think they're so cute. Layout and aesthetics is an 8. It feels like one of those bird people strongholds. It very much fits that Beastman theme, and I'm gonna give it points for that. Overall fun is a 5. You know, it's a fine dungeon. It's not terrible. It's inoffensive. I don't hate getting it in roulette, but at the same time I'm just like, okay, you know, let's go. Total is a 53. 53 out of 100. The bonuses in this dungeon don't come from the bosses, it's from the atmosphere, basically. Okay, great. Google, library, hard. Alright. I'm gonna say right away that this is also a nostalgic dungeon for me. I think I was... this was like the first time that I was on patch for a dungeon. So... fun. Also that cute little like step back, like, oh, that's creepy. I think that's fun. You can see the stairs are all still down from the last time that we were here. But the like the books and the ink and all that, that's kind of not here now. Now it's been like corrupted by like demons. Something interesting though is they've got like little books that you can read around, like this book right here, the story about our boy the Dragoon and Nidhogg. But you come into this area and you fight Babulas, whatever those are. They're like little monkey guys. You kill them. Estinian. It was Estinian in Nidhogg. That's what the book's about. Yeah. You come into here, it's the first boss, and you're like, oh my god, Demon Wall again? Are you kidding me? But guess what? Psych, it's not the Demon Wall. It's a completely new type of enemy that we've never seen before. Now, this type of enemy can be found in Eureka. I'm not going to dock it points because I think the theming behind this fight is really interesting and fits the dungeon perfectly. He's like literally throwing the book at you. He's like trying to kill you with books, and it's like the demon of the tome. And he's gonna do another thing where like the tomes are on the outside, and you have to like pick which lane you're gonna go to so that you don't get hit by the books. I think it's like I don't think it's a difficult fight, but I think it's very thematically like satisfying. Anyways, you come down this hallway now, and it looks like someone's here to greet you because all these candles come on to light your way forward. The trash in these hallways are kind of bleh. it's a nice trash pull, but they put this like fire at the end of the hallway, so you have to kind of like pull them back out of the fire. But it is giving kind of foreshadowing to what the boss is going to be, since there's fire there. The tank is a little turned around here because in the normal mode you definitely turn right. But I like this area because a whole bunch of little monsters that you can big AoE on. Lots of fun. Great trash pull. Yeah. I think I give this place a low trash score and I shouldn't have. Oh no, I remember. There is a reason why I give it low trash score. It happens after this boss. So this boss actually has two different versions that you can fight. One is like a fire cyclone, which is the one we're gonna see, and the other one is like a hand. And the hand makes you stand on these like fire or these sun and moon sigils you're seeing on the outside of the arena. You don't see that at all if you get the fire spout, which we do. The only thing you get to see in the fire spout is the magnetic mechanic, which you don't see anywhere else until now, where you know, opposites attract and the same ones repel. So yeah. It doesn't even have like a cool death animation, it just fades out. So it's kind of, you know, crappy design. Anyways, we come to this trash pack. It's a bunch of Froggos. Paladin gets a little bit lost here again. Poor guy. Yeah, you fight the frogs and the Mechanoscribes. It's a fine trash pull, but the problem is after you kill these, you fight only 2 Mechanoscribes, and then you fight only 4. Why not just have all 6 of them spawn at the same time? It's not like they're gonna kill you. It's padding time for no reason. I think they labeled this monster incorrectly because it's definitely not a panda. It's a monster thing. Pandas are cute and fluffy. That is not cute and fluffy. So little misnaming there. And now we get to Strix, which was a boss that I loved when I was a like fledgling to this game, because I was like, oh, I figured out how it works and no one explained it to me. Basically, he summons these things and then he does stuff, and depending on the stuff that he does, you use these things to not take damage from them. So like that one, we were floating in the air so we don't get quakes. This one gives lead in, so it's gonna keep you on the floor when you're heavy as lead so you don't get blown up by tornadoes. And then these things are imp pools. Now the tank unfortunately has stepped in the imp pool and doesn't know how to fix it. So it gets fixed by him already being an imp and us getting swapped. I don't know if he preemptively did it or if he just got lucky, but we swapped. Anyways, you come to this final part where he drops another book and out comes a behemoth. And the behemoth is casting Ecliptic Meteor. Alright, now what you're supposed to do is you're supposed to hide behind these rocks, like what happens in the ARR raids, and block it, but because we have so much DPS, we just kill the bosses, no problem. First boss is the tome, the Keeper of the Tomes or whatever. I think that is a great design for a boss. The mechanics are kind of boring, but I think the theme is really good. The second boss is the fire guy. Low design, it's just a guy made out of fire. I know it's living liquid, but fire, but, you know, boring. Mechanics, they're interchangeable, so they get a little bit of points there. It might not be the same thing every time you go. Final boss, Strix, the owl on the chair. Kind of cool design. I love the mechanics because if it's your first time in there, you gotta figure it out. you don't usually want to step in stuff, so gotta think a little bit. Music is a 9. I think I gave it a 10 on the normal mode, but it's kind of basically the same music from the first one, but a little bit like lower keyed, I think. Trash is a 6 because of the Mechanoscribes and the single panda that you have to fight. Bonus is a 1. I don't remember why I gave it a bonus. Is it because of a panda? Yeah, it might be. The bonus might be a panda. I don't know. It's like a negative, and I like it. Layer of Aesthetics is an 8. It still looks like Google Library. It's still very themed well. Overall fun is a 6. I like getting this dungeon. I think it's a good dungeon. That's why it's a 6 out of 10. It's above mid. 60 points. Okay, next dungeon. Alright, we have Baelsar's Wall, which I find really funny because you hear all these people like grunting and stuff. The music is great. It's got like key elements of the Shroud music, but at the same time it's like militarized, like the Guardian Army. I think the music in here really fits the dungeon really, really well. So I remember when I was... These dungeons are all nostalgic for me, but I remember you used to have to split these pulls because the bards would give everybody like Venom Sting or whatever the hell it was called, and the healer wouldn't be able to keep up. They would give you like Wind Bite and Venom Sting or whatever the hell it's called. You can see everybody's got Wind Bite on the bars in the upper left. Everybody's getting poisoned. It's a good trash pull though. It's a lot of enemies, and they don't go down real fast. Unfortunately, they make you pick up keys in this dungeon, which is annoying. There's also these enemies that like attach to your DPS or whoever hits them first. I'm just like, I'm not getting the key this time. Somebody else pick it up. Alright, this is the first boss, the Magitech Predator. This is actually a mount that you can get in Stormblood from the final dungeon of the main story. Well, the original main story. Anyways, the boss's gimmick is that he spawns ads that attach to you and shoots beams out of his face. That's it. I think it's really cool, but like, it's just a walker and the mechanics are terrible. So it's kind of like a really. It's just a boss. It might as well be trash. This area is cool though. You're basically like on this crawling platform. I don't know if it's like mech assembly or something. But you're on this platform and it just kind of moves around and spits out enemies at you. And I think that's good. I like that. And while you're gonna see us fight 2 groups of 3 enemies. They're Magitech Colossus. And I think that they are dangerous enough, because they do cleaves and such, that only having 3 of them is actually fine in this case. Otherwise, you might fill the entire arena with cleaves. And that would be bad. More trash getting fed on conveyor belt to the slaughter. And then again, we're gonna have to fight another pack of 3. I don't know why I'm showing this for so long. There we are. Magitech Vanguard D1. These things will do AoEs that are interruptible or stunnable, I don't remember. But easily dealt with. And then you literally get carted off directly to the second boss, which I think this was the deadliest boss that I used to fight back in Heavensward when I was a noob. And the reason why is because of one skill that they've nerfed. It's called Dynamic Sensory Jammer. And the way this mechanic used to work is if you move, if you auto-attack, if you did anything, you blew up. Now they've changed that. You can auto-attack now, I'm pretty sure. And also, if you got hit by it, you would be stunned. so you get hit by the explosion too. And I think this grade is like grid attack along with other stuff. Now I do it right this time. I put my weapons away, I turn around. Everybody else, the tank and the other DPS blow up. The healers figured it out by now. But yeah, it's just a Magitech spider that makes you blow up, and I think it's a great boss. So this elevator used to be functional. You used to get on that elevator, have to push a button and ride it up, and they took it out, and I don't know why. It might have been because people could miss the elevator and people were being D-bags about it. But yeah, there's another trash there. It's 5 enemies, it's fine. Now unfortunately, our other DPS had to AFK, and I guess the tank was scared to pull the entire pack here. But this is actually the best trash pull in the dungeon. You can pull those monsters, you can pull those soldiers all the way up to these soldiers, and then all the way over to these soldiers over here, and then you can have a caster or a like physical ranged LB the entire pack, and it's just so satisfying. Now, kind of sucks that we didn't get to see it, but it is a very good trash pull there. Trash in this dungeon is actually perfect, I think. Now, this is the Griffin. You've probably heard this guy get memed on a lot. He's the sloppy guy. He's got decent mechanics, and I think his design is actually fine because they've been hyping this guy up, and he's just a normal enemy, right? But he's not a normal enemy, right? Because you have a bone to pick, you have a grudge to settle with this guy. And he's got voice lines, which is awesome. This is a new mechanic too, where he puts danger zones down, and you have to DPS the danger zone to give yourself safety. Very cool. He's also got this flash powder, which will give you blind, and it's also funny because like he'll rush and kick somebody into the danger area, and they have to get out of it before it explodes. As you can see, you have forever and a day to get out, but you know, sloppy. Eventually, he will grab the healer and give them a cut collar, where you have to destroy the collar before the restraint collar finishes or the healer dies. And then he'll AoE, and then he'll do a double jump soon to try and like fake you out. But gap closers just makes this guy hilarious. It's a good fight though. Good fight, good dungeon. Definitely one of the better dungeons so far, I think. Yeah, first boss is just the walker with ads. It's kind of meh. Second boss is just a Magitech spider, but Dynamic Century Jammer can absolutely kill a new player, no problem. Along with the grid stuff, it's a 7 on mechanics. It's a good fight. Final boss, the Griffin. Again, he's an enemy that you're trying to settle a score with. His design is fine. He's just like an Alamegan guy who's in cool armor. His mechanics, like I said, he jumps around. He's got flash powder. He's doing area denial that you have to DPS to make safe. I think it's a great fight. Music is an 8. Like I said, it's kind of you know, Shroud and Garlean aesthetic put together. I think it's really really creative. Trash is a 10. There are a lot of good trash pulls in this dungeon. They're all multi-target. I don't think you're ever fighting just 2 or just 3 enemies at all. And a bonus is for the boss, just because he's so quotable and memeable. Layout and aesthetics, it's a base in the Shroud. It looks like a Garlean base in the Shroud. It fits the aesthetics. Also, what happens after this dungeon is really traumatic. So, you know, good stuff. Overall fun, 7. If you got a tank with balls who just pulls wall to wall, you're gonna have fun in here. If I get Balestar's Wall, I'm happy. 64 out of 100. Good dungeon. Next dungeon. Alright, some all hard. Listen to this music. You know it's getting a 10 right away, right? You absolutely know that this music is getting you hyped up to get into the dungeon. It's so good. Listen to the guitar. It's so good. Alright. Okay, so you're pushing through the dungeon, you're in like a volcano kind of thing, and just like real life, for real people, if you blow volcanic steam up into someone's crotch, they will also become vulnerable. And that's what happens. If you put the monsters over top of the steam will burn their crotch and make them vulnerable, so you do more damage to them. I don't know why the tank doesn't do it a second time. He does it the first time, but I don't know, maybe just lucky the first time, didn't realize. But good opening to this dungeon. Love to see environmental danger to enemies. Alright, I also call this dungeon the Pokemon dungeon. You start off with Bulbasaur here. He's just like a rocky plant dude. He's got some directional cleaves that are on telegraph. He's got, what is it called? Inflammable fuse. This dungeon taught me what the difference between inflammable and flammable is. And random aside, flammable means that it needs an ignition source to go off and burn. Inflammable means that it will just set itself on fire without any ignition source. So this boss is literally, I can set things on fire without fire. Whatever. It's got AoEs and some cleaves. It's boring. It's fine, but it's boring. This trash pack is quite good. I think a lot of the trash packs in this dungeon are just, you know, good. There's like one part that's coming up that's not the best, but the monsters are large enough that it makes them not feel like you're wasting your time just killing one tiny enemy. So yeah, these stones fall and they give you a way across, which I think is convenient but also creative. And they kind of make up for the sandworms coming up by giving you... hold on, we'll get there. They come out of the water. A bunch of tiny sandworms. So you get a big pull of multiple enemies first, and then you get these big sandworms that come out. And I guess they're nether worms, which sounds like an STD. This is Go-Ro. Go-Ro. This is the Charizard of the dungeon. He's like a big fire lizard. And all of his stuff is untelegraphed, which is awesome. This is... You need to know this boss or you're gonna get hit the boss. And I really like that. It reminds me of my ninja days, feeling like a badass, dipping out to do some mudras, and then casting at him while he spins. He does a shoulder check, he breathes fireballs, and he swaps between modes too. So like you see, he glows red and all of his attacks become enhanced. So now instead of just breathing a fireball, he channels his fire breath. And it just keeps breathing. I think this boss is awesome. It's not perfect by any means, but I think at the time when this dungeon came out, that boss was peak. Alright, so now we come to this area, which is, you know, all lava, and this is basically the first boss without bulbs on their back. There's a monster in here called the Blood of the Mountain, which are those little red, they look like jujubes. You know, like the candies, the gelatin candies, jujubes. You have to stun them or else they explode. And back in the day, if you were fighting two of them at the same time and the explosions went off at the same time, it was very likely that you'd lose a DPS, or the healer to it. Any class with like a lowish HP had a very strong chance of dying. Anyways, we get to the third boss, which you'd think would be Squirtle, but it's not Squirtle. It's a Scorpion. There's there's got to be like a lava Scorpion Pokemon at this point, right? There's like 10,000 of the things now. This boss used to. It doesn't really anymore because you kill it so fast. This thing had a soft enrage. Now you see, every time he picks a character and slams them with that diamond, it creates a lava pool. Now we'll get back to that, but we also have Hiss. Hiss spawns ads, and one ad will go out and cast Borehole, and if he gets it off, he will slam the ground and create another one of those lava pools. And you can see where this is going. You're going to run out of map to fight on eventually. The other one just does a tank buster. Now every time he slams, the existing lava pools get bigger. So eventually you have multiple pools all getting bigger, and you would lose the entire map if you didn't kill it fast enough. So imagine if these orange scorpions are slamming the floor, he's slamming the floor, eventually, yeah, just all lava all the time. Yeah, first boss is the Bulbasaur, designed for, mechanics for it. Boss was fine. Second boss, the Charizard, or the Charmander. 7-7 is the lizard that changes forms or glows throughout the fight and has no telegraphed attacks. Great fight. Final boss is the Scorpion. Mechanics used to have a soft enrage, which, you know, gives it a little bit of extra points. It's fine. Music is a 10. That's obvious. This music's incredible. This is the kind of thing that gets you pumped to play this game. Trash is an 8. The only sin is the 2 large sandworms in the middle, but they're large enemies, so you don't feel like you're wasting time. Bonus, I don't know why I gave it a bonus. Might have been because the Blood of the Mountain could wipe you back in the day. Yeah, and layout 7, overall fun 7. It's a 66. It's good stuff. It's good. Welcome back, and I hope you enjoyed those ratings for the final Heavensward dungeon video. As you can see, we've made our way to Castrum Oriens because we need to make our way to Ralger's Reach so that we can start our Stormblood journey. But just as we walk here a little bit, I figure I should probably give you a Heavensward roundup of the top 3 best and worst dungeons in Heavensward, as well as the top 3 best and worst dungeons overall so far. So, let's just take a look at that screen real quick first. Alright, so these are our final Heavensward rankings. In number 1 joint spots, we have the Aetherochemical Research Facility and Summall Hard Mode, both with 66 points. ARF is just such a good dungeon. It's got story bosses like regular water. It's got weird bosses in the middle with enumeration. It's got the great 2-phase final boss fight, which they recently revamped, and that's probably why it's got such a good score. Summall Hard is just a nostalgic dungeon for me. It's got great music, it's got the Pokemon bosses, it's got environmental dangers that hurt the enemies. So good. Baelsar's Wall is 3rd place because there's no 2nd place right now with them being joint 1st. Baelsar's Wall is just another nostalgic dungeon for me. It's got really good trash pulls, it's got a memeable last boss. It's just, yeah, top 3 dungeons, and I'm not surprised. The worst dungeons in the expansion, however, Hullbreaker Hard Mode. first boss is not a boss. It's just a trash fight where you dodge some stuff, and not good. The trash throughout the dungeon is awful. The last boss has no mechanics at all. The only thing, like Hullbreaker is bad, but Never Reap has 3 bosses and still only gets a 34, so what's its excuse? Never Reap is just one of those dungeons where you have to click too much stuff, you have to pick up stuff during boss fights. Never Reap is just awful. And Dusk Vigil, number 39. With a rank of 39 or rating point 39, whatever. Dusk Vigil, I feel like it's inoffensive as a dungeon. It's just boring though, right? This is the opening dungeon of your expansion, and you put us in a frozen hallway with like one interesting boss. And the first boss picks one of the players and just removes them from the fight for like 30 seconds with a combination of attacks. Like, what are you thinking? Bad. Bad dungeon. Alright. Now, let's take a look at our overall rankings. So, with Heavensward's dungeons entering the mix, obviously, all of the ARR dungeons have been pushed off the top best side. Arf and Sumal, once again, joint first. Baelsar's Wall with a 64. Tamtara Deepcroft, still the worst dungeon. And that comes down to the scoring, really. It doesn't have any bosses in the beginning, so it's always going to be the worst. I'm pretty sure Tamtara Deepcroft is the worst dungeon in the game. Hullbreaker Hard Mode jumping onto this list now, though, for worst dungeons in the game. I already explained it in the Heavensward part. It's just a terrible dungeon. And Hulatali, you know, bleh. I don't need to say anything about Hulatali other than you get Hulatali and you're like, I don't want to be here. Alright, back to you, Nombly. Alright, and that concludes our Heavensward journey. Now, as I said before, we step into the apparently foggy today world of Stormblood in the next episode. There'll probably be a little bit of a time gap before I start putting those out, but as I've said before, I'm Nombly with Game of the Week, and this has been rating every dungeon in Final Fantasy XIV eventually. Now, as I've said in the other Heavenswards videos, these dungeon rating videos take a lot more effort than all of my other content, hours and hours and hours per episode. So if you could just drop a like or subscribe if you're feeling extra juicy today, or even a dislike if you really disagree with my ratings of the dungeons. Everything helps the algorithm, and I appreciate you just making the effort of any kind. I'll see you in Stormblood. Thanks for watching. Bye bye.